Somewhere deep inside, you know there's more to life than what you can touch, see, or explain. In the quiet moments when the noise fades and doubt creeps in, a tiny voice whispers that you are not alone. Even when everything feels uncertain, even when the road ahead seems broken, there is a force moving around you, working for your good. Not everything that protects you makes a grand entrance. Sometimes it shows up as a delay, a missed call, a door that stays shut. Sometimes it feels like heartbreak, only to reveal later it was saving you from something you couldn't see. You are being shielded in ways you don't even realize yet. Every setback, every pause, every sudden change could be a hidden blessing, shaping your life in ways you can't imagine. Today, you'll discover why trusting the unseen might be the greatest decision you ever make. You'll understand how invisible protection has been guiding you all along, not to punish you, but to prepare you. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll never look at your journey the same way again, and maybe, just maybe, you'll find the peace you've been searching for. Not every battle is meant for your eyes to see. There are forces moving quietly, shifting outcomes, blocking dangers, and opening paths you didn't even know you needed. Life is not just made of what can be touched or explained. Beneath the surface of everyday moments, a silent network of energy is constantly at work, guarding you, guiding you, shaping the unseen parts of your story. Every so-called coincidence, every narrow escape, every unexplainable feeling of comfort in the middle of chaos carries a fingerprint of something greater. Throughout time, people from every culture have spoken of guardians that walk beside us. Some call them angels, some call them protectors, guides, or ancestors. No matter the name, the truth remains the same. There are presences dedicated to watching over you, standing in places you cannot stand, seeing threats you cannot see. Their mission is not to remove every obstacle, but to shield you from what would break you before your time. When a door closes sharply or a plan falls apart without reason, it is easy to think life is working against you. In those moments, unseen hands might be pulling you away from dangers your eyes were never meant to witness. Not everything that is real can be proven in a lab or captured in a photograph. Trust is required to believe in the things that leave no evidence but change everything. These forces work in the background, communicating through gut feelings, sudden shifts, unexpected encounters, and moments of stillness that somehow bring answers. Their protection does not always feel like a gift in the beginning. Sometimes it feels like rejection, like loss, like loneliness. But behind the hurt, a redirection is quietly unfolding, keeping you aligned with the path meant for your highest growth. A mind tuned only to what it can see might miss the greatest miracles happening right now. A heart that stays open, even in confusion, can begin to sense the presence of something more. The more you listen, the more you slow down, the more you pay attention to those soft nudges in your spirit, the clearer the unseen world becomes. Life is not random. Every detour, every delay, every person placed in or removed from your journey happens with purpose. Protection does not always come with a warning sign. It often arrives wrapped in silence, hidden in the ordinary, waiting for the right moment to reveal its true meaning. Not every sign of protection comes with flashing lights or loud warnings. Most of the time, it slips in quietly, blending into the rhythm of life so naturally that it almost goes unnoticed. A sudden urge to change plans at the last minute, a delay that feels frustrating at first, only to realize later it saved you from something worse. A strong feeling not to trust someone, even when everything on the surface seems fine. These are not accidents. These are moments when unseen hands gently guide you away from harm. Small shifts in daily life often hold the greatest meaning. Walking out the door a few minutes late and missing a dangerous situation, choosing a different path without knowing why and avoiding trouble, feeling an unexpected wave of calm wash over you during a crisis, giving you the strength to move forward when everything around you seems to be falling apart. These are signs that you are not walking through life alone. Something bigger is always working alongside you, weaving safety and guidance into the ordinary. Sometimes protection shows up through missed opportunities, a job you wanted but didn't get, a relationship that ended suddenly. At first it stings, it feels unfair, yet later, when the bigger picture becomes clear. Gratitude replaces the pain. What felt like rejection was actually redirection, leading you to something far greater than what you thought you wanted. These gentle shifts and closed doors are some of the purest forms of unseen care. Reflecting on the path that brought you here reveals how much has happened beyond control or explanation. Moments when everything seemed lost, yet somehow, against all odds, things worked out. Situations where one small choice changed everything for the better, even if it didn't make sense at the time. Protection often whispers instead of shouts. It shows itself in the tiny details, the quiet reroutes, the unexplained peace that carries you through storms you thought would destroy you. Opening your heart to these subtle signs changes the way life feels. Fear begins to loosen its grip. Trust grows stronger. Every twist and turn starts to feel less random and more like part of a careful design meant to lift you, to teach you, to preserve the parts of you that still have work to do in this world. Awareness is not about forcing meaning into every event. It's about staying awake enough to notice when life moves with a wisdom greater than anything you could plan. Some messages don't come through words, they come through a feeling deep inside, a quiet sense that something is right or wrong before facts can explain. This feeling is called intuition, and it is one of the purest forms of inner guidance you have. It speaks through gentle nudges, quick flashes of knowing, and sudden clarity that can appear out of nowhere. Intuition does not argue or shout, it whispers. It offers truth without forcing it, trusting you to listen or ignore it. Gut feelings often show up when something important is about to happen. Meeting a new person and sensing immediately whether they can be trusted. Standing at a crossroads and feeling pulled toward one direction, even when logic points the other way. Feeling a strange discomfort about a situation that looks perfect on the outside. These moments are not accidents, they are forms of protection, trying to steer you toward safety, growth, and alignment with what is best for you. Many times, the mind wants proof before it acts. It looks for reasons, explanations, patterns that make sense. Intuition does not work that way. It speaks before logic can catch up, offering a shortcut to the truth. Trusting this voice often requires courage, because it may lead you against popular opinion, against what others expect, even against what seems easier. But every time you listen to it, every time you act on its quiet wisdom, trust builds a little stronger inside you. Ignoring intuition usually brings a lesson. Moving forward with something that didn't feel right often leads to regret, struggle, or heartbreak. That small voice inside never judges or punishes, it simply steps back and waits, ready to speak again the next time you are willing to hear. Protection through intuition is not about fear, it's about deep recognition. Something inside you already knows what is best, long before facts catch up. Learning to hear it clearly can save you from countless wrong turns. Strengthening this inner connection comes from practice, paying attention to how certain choices make you feel, noticing the physical sensations that come with a yes or a no, reflecting on times when intuition tried to guide you, whether you listened or not. Over time, the voice grows clearer, the nudges grow stronger, and confidence in the unseen grows deeper. Life becomes less about chasing certainty outside, and more about finding it within. Listening to intuition is not just about avoiding harm, it's about moving toward everything meant for you, with trust, grace, and a sense of peace that can't be explained, only felt. Not every coincidence is random. Sometimes events line up so perfectly that it feels like the universe is speaking directly to you. These moments are called synchronicities, and they are more than chance. They are meaningful coincidences that carry a deeper message, hinting that unseen forces are guiding and protecting you along the way. A synchronicity happens when an outer event mirrors something happening inside your heart or mind, almost like the world around you is in conversation with your inner world. Thinking about someone you have not spoken to in months, and just minutes later, receiving a message from them. Struggling with a decision, and seeing a phrase on a billboard that answers exactly what you needed to hear. Opening a random book and finding a sentence that feels like it was written just for you. These are not accidents. These are signs that life is paying attention to the deepest parts of you, responding with guidance at just the right time. Protection often moves through these subtle messages. They can warn you, comfort you, or gently push you toward a better path without force. A missed bus that feels like a disaster might be saving you from an unseen event. A delayed meeting could lead you to cross paths with someone who changes your life for the better. Small shifts that seem like mistakes can actually be precise alignments made to protect, support, and elevate your journey. Synchronicities build trust in the flow of life. They show that you are never walking alone, even when the road feels empty. Paying attention to these moments opens a dialogue between you and the unseen energies working in your favor. It creates a relationship where you no longer see life as random chaos, but as a carefully woven story, where every thread matters. Doubts will sometimes whisper that it's all coincidence, all meaningless, but the heart knows better. The heart recognizes when something is too perfect to be random, too timely to be ignored. Noticing these moments strengthens faith in the invisible protection that walks beside you. It reminds you that unseen hands are gently shaping your steps, sending small, beautiful signs that you are right where you need to be, even when it doesn't make perfect sense. Each synchronicity is a quiet whisper from the universe, reminding you that you are seen, heard, and deeply cared for in ways that go far beyond ordinary understanding. When the mind quiets and the body rests, another kind of world opens. In this space, beyond logic and noise, dreams become a bridge between the seen and unseen. Dreams have always carried wisdom, not just reflections of daily life, but messages deeper than the conscious mind can understand. Sometimes they come as warnings, flashing brief images of what needs to be avoided. Other times they bring comfort, showing glimpses of hope, healing, or answers long searched for in waking hours. Dreams often speak in symbols rather than plain language. A locked door might represent an opportunity not meant for you. Water rising could point to emotions that need attention before they overwhelm. Flying could show the beginning of freedom from something that has held you down for too long. These symbols are not random. They are personal, shaped by each soul's journey, and they often repeat until the message is fully received. Keeping a dream journal is one of the most powerful ways to begin hearing these hidden messages. Writing dreams down right after waking, without worrying if they make sense, helps catch the fine threads before they disappear. Over time, patterns start to appear. Certain symbols, feelings, or places visit again and again, carrying a meaning tailored specifically for the path you are on. Some dreams may feel so real that their emotional weight stays for days, nudging you to pay closer attention. Protection often uses dreams to guide quietly. A dream about taking a wrong turn might come days before an important decision, helping you avoid a costly mistake. A dream showing bright, peaceful places could give strength during a hard season, reminding you that light is still ahead even when darkness seems endless. Sometimes loved ones who have passed visit in dreams, offering reassurance and love that helps heal unseen wounds. Dreams do not follow the rules of the waking world. Time bends, logic fades, emotions speak louder than words. Learning to listen to dreams means learning a new language, one written with symbols, feelings, and intuition rather than facts. Those who give space to this language often find that they walk through life with deeper awareness, making choices with greater confidence and peace. Not every dream carries a heavy warning. Many simply reaffirm that you are protected, loved, and not alone. They whisper truths that can take a lifetime to learn by other means. Opening to dreams is opening to another layer of life, one where the invisible forces that guide you during the day continue their work through the night, shaping your journey with silent wisdom. Life moves fast, pulling attention in 100 different directions, making it easy to miss the gentle ways. Protection tries to speak. Slowing down becomes a powerful act of connection. Meditation, prayer, and mindfulness are not just rituals. They are doorways that open awareness to the energies, quietly working for good. Sitting in silence for even a few minutes each day can create space for the unseen to be felt more clearly. Breathing deeply, letting thoughts settle like dust on a still morning, allows the deeper currents of life to rise to the surface. Prayer, whether spoken aloud or whispered in the heart, forms a bridge between the seen and unseen. It is not about perfect words or specific formula. It is about honest conversation, the raw offering of fears, hopes, gratitude, and questions. Every sincere prayer sends a ripple into the unseen world, a signal that the heart is open and ready to receive guidance, protection, and peace. Mindfulness anchors presence in each moment, helping catch the quiet signs that might otherwise slip by unnoticed. Paying attention to small details,
a sudden feeling, a meaningful phrase overheard, a subtle shift in energy, builds sensitivity to the ways protective forces move. Mindfulness turns everyday life into sacred ground, where messages and guidance are not hidden, just waiting to be seen. Grounding practices are equally important. When energy scatters, when thoughts race, when emotions pull too strongly, staying connected to the body and the earth brings balance. Walking barefoot on grass, sitting with back against a tree, feeling the weight of the body with slow, conscious breaths. These simple acts anchor the spirit in a way that makes receiving protection easier and clearer. A grounded person is less likely to be tossed by fear, doubt, or confusion, standing instead in quiet strength that senses when something is off and when something is right. Building regular spiritual routines creates a rhythm that strengthens the bond with unseen help. Morning meditations, evening prayers, journaling, quiet walks in nature, all these small acts of devotion create a life that listens more than it demands, a heart that trusts more than it questions. Over time, the connection deepens, and protection feels less like a distant hope and more like a steady presence. Life stops feeling random and starts feeling woven with purpose, stitched together by hands that are always working for good, even when the eyes cannot see. Spiritual practices do not add magic to life, they uncover the magic that has been there all along, quietly waiting for the soul to awaken and notice. Storms often look like chaos when standing in the middle of them. Fear rises, doubts whisper louder, and the mind demands answers it cannot find. In these moments it becomes easy to believe that life has forgotten, that protection has vanished, that the struggle is proof of abandonment. Yet even when everything feels like it is falling apart, unseen hands are still working. Protection does not always stop the storm. Sometimes it strengthens the foundation so the soul can stand through it without being destroyed. Not every difficulty is a sign that something is wrong. Some paths must be cleared, some attachments must break, and some lessons must unfold to reveal the deeper gifts waiting underneath. Pain often comes before growth. Loss often comes before a new beginning. What looks like rejection might be redirection. What feels like delay might be preparation. Trusting this process is not easy. It asks for faith when evidence is missing. It calls for patience when nothing makes sense. Patience is not passive, it is active waiting, holding on to hope even when the night stretches long. It is choosing to believe that the story is still being written, even when a chapter feels unbearable. Patience opens the heart to keep moving forward step by step, even without seeing the full path ahead. Faith lights the way when sight is clouded by confusion, and holding on to faith is choosing to trust that protection is not gone. It is simply working in ways the mind cannot yet grasp. Answers often arrive later, after the tears have dried, after the dust has settled, after the heart has had time to heal. Only then do the pieces start to fit together. Only then does it become clear why some things had to break, why some dreams had to be delayed, why some people had to leave. Hindsight reveals that the worst moments were not punishments, but blessings wearing heavy disguises. They were necessary turns that kept the soul on track toward a destiny that would have been missed otherwise. Life asks for trust not just when everything is easy, but especially when everything is hard. It asks for a belief in goodness, even when only darkness can be seen. Staying open, staying willing, staying patient through the process invites the invisible protection to continue its work. It builds strength that no storm can take away. Every tear, every unanswered question, every lonely night is not wasted. They are all threads in a larger design, one that when finally revealed, will show that nothing was ever random, and you were always being guided exactly where you needed to be. Life is always speaking, always moving, always protecting in ways the eyes may not see and the mind may not understand. Every step, even the ones taken in darkness, is part of a bigger journey shaped with care. There is no such thing as being forgotten, no setback, no loss, no delay is without purpose. Even now, unseen hands are clearing paths, closing doors that would have led to harm, and opening spaces where healing and growth can find their way in. There is protection woven into every corner of life, patiently waiting for the heart to trust it, even when it feels impossible. Holding on to faith through the unknown builds a kind of strength that nothing can take away. If this message spoke to something deep inside you, take a moment to like this video and subscribe to our channel. Every week we share more reminders to help you trust the journey, believe in the unseen, and find peace even in the middle of uncertainty. You are never alone, not for a single moment. Protection surrounds you, carries you and is guiding you toward a future brighter than anything you can yet see. Stay open, stay patient, stay believing.